Hello authors, I'm Erin from Book Rockstar, and today I'm sharing some tips about how to maintain consistency when posting on social media during a book launch. Before we dive in, be sure to hit subscribe so you can get more book launch strategies and advice when I post new videos. Alright, so for many authors, being an author isn't their full-time job, and I would say 99% of my clients fall into this category. So, when you have a 9-to-5 job, a social life, maybe a family life, how are you supposed to maintain a healthy and consistent social media presence as an author? In this video, I'm going to give you tips to help you keep up your content on social media even when time is rare. What it boils down to is time management and commitment to your plan. When it comes to content creation, I like to break the process down into bite-sized steps. That looks like outlining your content ideas, recording videos and curating images based on the content outline, editing the videos as needed, maybe with Reels or iMovie or Canva, writing out captions for the content ideas, and then saving everything into a drafts folder or a document on your device. So what's actually involved in each step? Let's start with outlining content ideas. You'll likely have a preference of how you want to do this. Maybe you'll want to use a whiteboard, maybe you'll type in a Word document, maybe you'll want to write in a physical notebook or type in a notes app on your iPhone. The key is to really consider your target reader in this step. So come up with several content buckets that relate to your book and to your reader's needs. These will be kind of overall topics. So if I was going to be writing and sharing content about a leadership book, I might make a content bucket for leadership, networking, management, maybe even parenthood. Once you have your content buckets, start brainstorming more specific ideas that could fall within those buckets. Using those same examples from before, you might put down the best leadership advice I've received, what I wish I knew about leadership the first day of my career, how my boss taught me what leadership wasn't, 3 ways to prep for your next networking event, how to stay relevant after networking, maybe 5 tips for maintaining a healthy manager versus employee relationship, the best way to earn respect as a manager, what I want my kids to learn from my leadership style, and then lastly, a day in the life of a single working parent. Once you have these ideas, consider how you want to communicate them. Some popular options are video on a platform like Instagram Reels or TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You might share personal photos they might be relevant photos from early in your career. It might be photos of you with your mentor or mentee, photos of your family or lifestyle shots. Or you might want to share graphics with a quote or a list of tips. Now, with these different ideas in the content buckets, it's good to get granular and as specific as you can so you have clear direction as you're going and getting the videos created. So once you know what content that you want to share, it's time to get started on turning them into real pieces of content. So next, you want to either record your video. Depending on the platform you choose, you might record within a specific app like Instagram or TikTok, or you might simply use the camera on your iPhone. Or you might curate personal photos that are relevant to you and the stories or tips that you want to share. You could create graphics using quotes and tips. I love using Canva and I recommend it to anyone who needs graphics created. They've got a great free plan and it's an extremely user-friendly platform. Now, if you are creating videos, you might find that you need to make some small edits, and most of these edits or additions like adding captions can be done within apps like Instagram Reels and TikTok. Now, don't be intimidated by other videos that you see on social media. You'll want to compare your video to another that's more professionally edited and polished, but the most important thing that you can do is to actually get your video out there. These other videos that you're seeing are from full-time content creators who have the time to do this, or they're paying someone to edit them for them. Sure, they look nice, but it's the quality of the content that matters most, and that is what you have control over providing. So you've got your content created, whether it's a video, an image, or a graphic, and the next step is getting captions written out for each of these ideas. And the length of the caption will depend on the type of content that you're sharing and what you're ultimately trying to communicate with your readers. So if you're sharing a video, you may find that your caption can be short and sweet because you likely said what you needed to say in the video itself. The same thing goes for a graphic that includes a lot of information or tips and strategies. But you may want to include a longer caption to expand on the video or the graphic that you're using, especially if you're only using a photograph, as that type of content will likely need more context. Depending on the platform that you're posting on, you might write these captions along with the video or the image within the app that you're using, and then save the post to a drafts folder so that they're ready when you want them to be shared. You can also use a social media scheduling tool to write out and schedule posts, or you can even use a Word doc or the iPhone Notes app to save your captions for the day that you need to use them. So that's a breakdown of the various steps that you need to take to get consistent, but how can you actually implement these? There's some different ways that you can approach it, and your choice will likely depend on your personal schedule. You could batch create content in which you'd block out a few hours, one day a week, to create a week or two's worth of content. When you do this, you end up with a big bank of posts that can be shared quickly and easily on each day that you want to post them, and it only costs you one big block of time every couple of weeks. If you simply don't have large blocks of time to batch create, you could set aside 30 minutes each day to focus on that day's particular content. When you do this, it might be helpful to spend a little bit longer on the first day so you can create your content buckets and subsequent ideas. But this way, each day, you can look at your list of content ideas, pick one, create it, and post it. And with practice and focus, the goal will be for this to take 30 minutes or less each day, which hopefully you can carve into your schedule. Now, I hope this post has given you inspiration to build content creation into your regular schedule. Implementing consistently on social media is one of the best ways to get your book and its message out there in front of your followers and other readers in your target audience. If you're an author, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss other book launch strategies and tips. How do you like to create content? I personally enjoy batch creating, but I'd love to hear your strategies here in the comments.